going on, people? It's a blessing to have a job literally 15 minutes walking distance from your house. Well, 20 minutes, 5 minutes driving. I figured out a way where I'm most likely gonna have to do virtual school because I don't want to be, I'm done like switching jobs to jobs, job hopping. I'm done with that at my age. But they allow you to be on your phones while you work. So I'm gonna see if I can take a virtual class and just do it on my phone as I work. Because the way this job works, we are dismissed when our work is done. So we got done at 5, a little after 5 today, like almost headed towards 6. We got this Bible study. No, it's not Bible study. It's called like upper room. I heard that word before, upper room. But it's like Bible study. I want to make that. If we get out around like 6, I can just jump on the nearest train and I can get down to where I got to go, the church. Because you know, I'm back to my original church. I'm back there. I just went to a different one and the neighborhood got bad. And I'm gonna talk about that in a second. Because I got a comment on my previous video. On a previous video that I did, one of my subscribers asked, do I have any inspiration off of the videos you make? Because I hear some of my words in your video. Now, that particular video, a lot of the stuff I said, I have said before. I recycled it. But his channel, I watch things and I do get inspiration off of things I hear. I do get ideas for videos off of videos he does. I will acknowledge that. Because a lot of people, you know, they hear things and they adopt what they hear. But I always will acknowledge that you hear me say this a lot. I didn't think of this myself, or I got this from this person. Because there was a guy on here I used to that got banned from here, YouTube. He accused a lot of people of jacking his style, taking his talking points, and some people have. I was around to witness when it was going on, but it was a YouTuber that died a couple years ago, a few years back. He said that he stole his style, and he didn't really take his style. He just was more renowned with the type of videos that this guy did. I'll just say the guy's name. It's a YouTuber named Tommy Sotomayor. He accused Kevin Samuels of jacking his style, stealing his talking points. Oh, it's a cat. I don't have no cat food. I wonder what you have to do to be a cat in a poor neighborhood. Like, it's already bad enough being a cat, but imagine being a cat. I really want to help too. I just left all my cat food in the house. Because when I try to feed them, it's like they're not around. But since I'm close to the store, I'll just put it in my bag. Because Karl Lagerfeld's cat must have done something good to have acquired all of his money. Karl Lagerfeld's cat, since he didn't have any kids and he wasn't married, he is the heir of all of his wealth. And he died almost 7 years ago. But Tommy Sotomayor was accusing, it was Kevin Samuels, it was a channel formerly known as The Advice Show, but he's known now as African Diaspora News, where it's like a whole bunch of people that operate that channel, that talk under that channel. But yeah, a lot of people don't know this. The African Diaspora channel, that used to be just like Tommy Sotomayor when it first started, but it wasn't really working out for him. And I like both of those guys. Well, I don't really mess with Africa Diaspora, because it's like the stuff that he says I don't agree with. But back in the day, I used to watch both of those guys pretty heavy. I like both of them, but you know, Tommy was accusing Vice Show of stealing his talking points, and you know, he sort of was. You know, he had a lot of inspiration from Tommy. I think what it was, Tommy was mad that he didn't acknowledge that where he was getting his ideas from. And me, I know at least 10 people get inspiration from me. Now, not everything. I don't invent ideology. I didn't invent science. I didn't invent sociology. You know, I didn't invent psychology. But the things I used to talk about on my old channel, mostly with parenting, mental health, cognitive disorders, sexuality. Some people have adopted the things I said. At least 10 channels. And like I said, I know at least 10 people have heard things I've said and have been inspired. And like I said, I watch people, and I'm inspired by the things they do. But yeah, the video that he commented on, see, that particular one, everything I said was mostly something I've already repeated, but he did a video on, it was like a little roundtable discussion. It wasn't like a Bible study, but it was like talk about mental health. And one of the guys that was in the video was like, he gets the question of why do Christians put locks on their doors and put locks on their, why do they lock up their homes if they trust God? And he was like, well, God doesn't want you to be stupid. And I went with that with a video I did recently. And I even said it at church about trying to rationalize why I left the other church. But yeah, I watch people, and I get inspiration from things I hear, you know, video ideas. And I'm not afraid to admit it, because everything I believe in, I put it like this, guys. Everything I believe in, and this is why I say I don't mind anybody like using things I say, because I don't care how to use it. I just care about the message. But I feel like this. When I was 17, Tommy Sotomayor was the guy who allowed me to, he gave me the words that I've always, I could not express. Like I felt the way I talk in my videos, I felt since the age of 12. I just never had a Tommy Sotomayor in elementary school. So just imagine how I would have turned out if he was around when I was 12 and I was a preteen. But the things I say about black people, the things I say about everything, mostly poor black people, I have felt my whole life. Like since I was 12, going on 20 years. I just never had someone to put the words, I've never had somebody give me the words to express how I felt. And Tommy gave me those words. Now, The only thing that I want to just emphasize is you gotta also understand not everybody's bad. Yeah, it's messed up in a lot of these low income areas, but you do have a handful of good people. So not everybody's bad. That's the only mistake I have made. I would always group everybody in, but there are good people. And I even say it. I do generalize groups, but I can make exceptions with individuals. There are individuals that I can tolerate because they don't fit stereotypes that I don't want to be around. But a lot of people have inspiration from the things they hear, the things they watch, and they don't really acknowledge it. Like Childish Gambino was my favorite rapper in high school. This is America. The idea of a This Is America came from another rapper. Started with like a J. But he had a song called American Pharaoh. That song sounds exactly like This Is America. But he never acknowledged it. And that's when people get mad. See, you shouldn't get mad because it shouldn't be about, it's not about who said it first. It's about the message. That's what should matter. That should be most crucial, like what the message is. But yeah, guys, everybody on here that I watch, I will hear something, take something from what you say, and I will adopt your talking points and incorporate it on my channel.